I just finished this new script, okay? So I want to do a bilingual in two languages. I thought I'll do it in Telugu and Kannada. So we were going to narrate this story to a Telugu superstar. I was going with a distributor friend of mine. So on the way I was telling this distributor guy, I hope your superstar likes my story, man. And he said, who cares whether he likes your story? It's more important he likes you. And he said, story comes later. They should like you first. When people like you, your big ideas sound much bigger. Your great ideas sound much greater. So the basic thing I think is about connecting with people. Being nice to people. Just be nice. The world is forced to be nice to you. Isn't it? See, you throw something and the world bounces back to you. So just be nice. My strong belief is, whatever you do, whatever you're doing right now, there is a better way to do the same thing. And whoever you are, there is a better person inside you. And I think it's our duty to get the better person out of ourselves. So there's a better Sesh, there's a better Durgesh, there's a better Ramesh. And I think every day we should get that guy out and do things better. The things that we are doing, our knowledge, our relationships, everything we can do it better than we are doing now. So I think the whole journey is about being the best version of yourself in your work, in your life. So these are the only two things. Can I use this? Yeah. The first thing is be the best version of yourself. Second thing, build rapport. Connect truly. And then the rest simply falls into place. So in my talk show, I ask all the achievers, if you want to say sorry to somebody, if you want to thank somebody, whom will you say sorry to? Whom will you say thanks to? And invariably the thanks list has your parents, of course, your mentors, all those guys who helped you, your colleagues. But I think if somebody would ask me, whom would you like to thank? Of course I want to thank my parents, I want to thank my wife. Along with that, I would like to thank my own younger self. Because when that 18-year-old, 20-year-old guy, he started reading books. He started, doing things very sincerely. He was so bloody disciplined. So I think all of us should do things which your older self will thank you for, whatever age you are in. You're 30 years old, 20 years later, let's say, the 50-year-old looks back and says, thank you, Durgesh, you take care of yourself. No, you didn't screw up the body, you didn't drink and make my liver go wrong. That guy should thank you after 20 years. Whatever you did. You said, good, you took a decision when you were 30 to do something solid with your life. That I have such a big house now, I have all the great things of life. Because you worked hard when you were 30. So I think you owe it to your older self to do things right now. Isn't it? In fact, when you take a loan, you go to a bank or you take so much of loan from somebody, what are you taking a loan about? You are sure that you will pay it later. I don't have the money now, but 10 years later, I'll be comfortable enough to pay this loan. That's your thinking. So you're basically taking a loan from yourself 10 years away, 20 years away. So that person has to be fit. So it's your first point, never to abuse your body or your mind. And do all the best things you can, because 20 years later, your own self will thank you. Imagine you're an old man, 60, 70 years old. You're walking, limping with a walking stick. And suppose you're a great dancer and you never used that idea. You never danced. That talent will come next to you and say, what did you do, man? You became old, but you killed me. If you are a good businessman, you have a good business mind and didn't use it, he will come and curse you. He said, what did you do to me? You died, okay. You became old. But why did you die? Why did you kill me? You have such a talent inside you. You could have been a great entrepreneur. You could have been a great director. You could have been a great actor. You didn't do it. You don't want your older person to curse you, isn't it? So you got to do it now. How can you escape failure? It's going to come. You go down the steps, take a right turn, in the corner, failure is waiting for you. There's no way you can escape it. Then you see it beforehand. In case you see failure, you just go on another route, take another route. In case you hit head on with him, he's going to pitch you up. Yeah, you're going to fall down. But then, where you fall, you're going to find something very, very important for your next journey. That's what failure does. It makes you fall, but at the exact point of fall, if you observe closely, if you're smart enough to understand why you fell exactly in that place, you will find the solution for exact the way forward. I mean, if you're afraid of failure, you shouldn't take it personally, that's all. It's not about you, it's about some stupid decision you took or some mistake in the workplace or whatever. You can't quit like that. You shouldn't. I mean, if you're just bothered about flops all the time, how can I make films? You know, I give hits, I give flops, I make average films, but I keep working all the time. What exactly is a success story? You promise something and you deliver the promise. Next time he comes back to you, you promise more, deliver more if possible, plus more. And every time you're actually building a layer of trust. You build a layer of trust, another layer of trust, another layer of trust, another layer of trust, and you have a mammoth trust on which you're sitting. Quality that you promise in your work, in your attitude, in you as a person, you keep on delivering every day, every minute. You keep delivering the promise. Basically, success comes down to that trust others have in you, in your work. And that comes back in whatever material things you want, or the respect you want, whatever way.